I've been in the high-end industry for almost 30 years now. I studied music performance. I play a cello. When I finished my first degree, I had intended to go back to school, but I wanted to take a break. So I picked up the newspaper, as you did 30 years ago, and I found a job at a local hi-fi shop. I worked there for 4 years, and during that time, I quickly graduated towards the higher-end products that store sold. After that first 4 years, I went to another shop, and that was a much higher-end shop. And that's really where I started to meet a lot of people in this industry. So anyways, I ended up going to Munich in 2023, and I'd worked the previous year with Wadax. I'd provided amplifiers for them. And I had planned to do that again for 23, but it wasn't in the cards, so I had promised to do the setup still. So I called the CEO and founder, Javier Guadalajara, and made that offer. I said, I'll still come and do the setup for you. And I did. And we sat down and we talked. The next thing is I became the director of sales and marketing for Wadax. So that's where I am today. Perhaps it sounds superfluous to say these things, but the Wadax products really are the next generation in digital. When I came back from Munich in 23, I went home and I have a pretty good system at home and I'm usually quite satisfied with it. And I went home and I turned my stereo on, and the first track, I knew something was wrong. Actually, my partner went with me that year, and we both just sort of looked at each other with this puzzled expression on our face. And we immediately knew that something was missing from the system, and it was the Wadax. It had this ability to not only give you all the tick boxes that we expect in hi-fi, detail, resolution, yada, 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 but it made music. It made music in a way that I'd never, ever heard in digital, to the point that it was a complete paradigm shift in how I understand music playback. I've only had one other experience in my life like that in this 30-year journey. So it was really significant. I could list a bunch of technical things, but that's really the core of it, isn't it? I mean, that's why we're here, is to make music. And Wadax makes music in such a way that I've literally never heard a digital product express it as such. So this year, we're showing the new Wadax Studio Player, which is basically a trickle-down product from our reference series. So Wadax has been in business for roughly 15 years, and about 4 or 5 years ago, we introduced what's called Atlantis Reference, because our customers continually asked for better and better. How far can you push this envelope? And so Javier did exactly that, and he created a product that is really exceptional in every way, including the price. It's a very expensive product, so it's only available to a handful, to a certain number of folks. And we wanted to offer some of that performance at a much better price point. So the product we're showing here is called Studio Player. It actually uses the digital boards directly from our Atlantis Reference series in a single box configuration with transport, streaming, UPnP, and it's a Roon endpoint, or will be a Roon endpoint with certification, etc. So it's kind of an all-in-one box, all-in-one player. I have to look at my crystal ball for this answer, right? It's always hard to predict the future. But that said, you look at this event, you look at other events, you look at trade shows, and we're still here. We still, the numbers keep going up. So there's clearly interest in high-end. We know there's interest in music, of course. People used to bemoan the existence of things like iPods, and MP3s, but it got people listening to music and listening to more music and music more frequently in places they normally wouldn't. There's always a section of the population that says, how can I make this better? So to me, I believe that high-end has actually a really good future in that, we're seeing streaming services offer high resolution, and we're going to see that even more so. And from major producers, like Apple, and you can stream, CD resolution from Apple. I believe high-end has a bright future because we have the ability to make music that much more portable, that much higher in quality. With those tools, we simply need to lead people to the right equipment if that's what they are looking to experience. I don't drink coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee or alcohol, or there's a lot of things that I don't drink or eat. So that said, when I did drink coffee, I typically preferred like cappuccinos. The occasional espresso was nice too. Yeah.